begins. This is where the fun begins. This is where the fun, this is where the fun, this is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
This is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Toy anxiety time. Been looking forward to this all day. And then right before it started, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. Life of a podcaster. I don't feel well. This is going to help. This is my medicine tonight, being with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm a doctor.
You could also just take some Tylenol or something. You could take some
I
medicine.
took something. There was a
Is
pile.
Is it from Abby's Pez dispenser, or did
No,
you
no, listen. There was a
Jar Tylenol.
Hi, everybody. There was a pile of unmarked pills on the ground, and I just
Don't do that.
Took 3 of them. And said, one of these has to do something. And then I
We'll
woke up.
find out later on toy anxiety.
I woke up a week later, and my Black Series collection was back. I was like, "What happened?"
Pills are good.
Pills are good. Ooh. We need Dumb and Dumber Mondo toys. That's why we're having the Mondo guys on tonight to pitch.
Pitch.
To pitch.
Bully them into Dumb and Dumber toys.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll have some special guests from Mondo joining us here in a little bit. Super excited about that to talk about. Listen, we've been saying it. We had an episode a while back about how it's time for everybody to grow up and start buying hot toys. And that applies to premium collectibles, statues, and action figures. It's time for all of us to start moving up in the world, okay? We can't just
throw
be
away
buying.
your Black Series.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid
Throw
of
away
them.
your Origins.
Gross. You know, but we're excited that you guys are here on a Tuesday night live. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Help us grow this channel as we do every week. Ask you guys to do that. The happy birthday wishes are already coming in for Jake. I'm super excited to talk about that.
Happy birthday, Jacob!
Can you believe it?
Wow.
Thank you. And I just want to say what's crazy is that I get to share my birthday with Jaws. Today is Jaws' 48th birthday.
Can you believe
happy
that?
48th
That's
birthday,
tremendous.
Jacob and Jaws. Jawsum.
That is Jawsum. 48 years. I think Steven Spielberg should maybe do another one to celebrate the 50th.
No,
No, you don't think so?
let's leave it.
Yeah, it would be better not to.
Better not to. Okay, that's okay. Let me go ahead and introduce all my co-hosts as everybody files into the chat. Already a bunch of people here. We'll say hi to you guys in a second. All the way from Vancouver, British Columbia. He's making plans. He's coming to the States this week. Watch out. Watch out, America. Ryan's coming.
Okay.
Ryan Dole. How's it going, man?
Good. Do you want me to snuggle some of our free Canadian drugs over to you, Craig? Make sure you're
Healthcare.
okay?
I need health pills. Yeah, that's what I need. Health
Well,
pills.
you know those bins of candy you get at the grocery store? We have that, but of just medication. We just
I would like
scoop it
some
up,
free
put it in a bag,
medication.
and we just walk out. Just walk out and leave.
Just send us some free samples.
Yeah, just that's our Costco. It's just drugs. But dude, it's been a great week. I now understand Mr. Garrison because I haven't taken this off for 24 hours. This has been stuck on me. It's just there, and it's been helping me work.
There you go.
This has just been my life. So,
He's part of you now.
Yeah.
hi, Craig. Hi, Jacob. Hi,
You know, I was complimenting Ryan's Kermit impression is actually really good. It's pretty close to Jim Henson.
It's pretty pure, yeah.
It's pure.
Oh wow, that's Abby.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta move on. Move
right.
right along.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
Jacob,
What's that, Kermit? What's that? I want to know what Kermit's doing when he's not on screen, though.
Yeah. Where's he hanging out?
He's just checking out my iPad and looking at.
Is he scrolling?
Checking out your iPad.
He's just scrolling.
Is he
He's actually got his
DMing?
own Tinder profile already. He's just been sitting there like.
Yeah, he
swiping
swipes?
well, no,
left,
there's there's an amphibian Tinder called Lilypad.
Oh, nice. That's
You
clever.
hop left for the hotties and you hop right for the naughties. That's what I heard.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah,
No
but
pigs,
anyway.
huh?
Actually, no, there's no pigs on the Lily Pad. And tonight's episode is brought to you by Lily Pad. 15% off. Use
Your first hookup?
your first hookup. Use code Frog Anxiety. Jacob Walsh, how are you, man?
I'm very good, but I do want to be honest. I'm annoyed that I don't have a Muppet.
Yeah.
It's,
I
It
just
just
don't.
feels
fucking
It,
crazy.
it just
You're the
doesn't
straight
feel
man
fair.
of this.
It just doesn't
You're-
feel fair. It's all I'm saying.
yeah.
I get on it, and two of my co-hosts have these wonderful Muppets that they're playing with, and I'm
Feels
just like,
good.
well, what am I? You know?
What am I?
You're the special guest star, and it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jacob.
Cool. Rather have a Kermit.
I'd rather have a Kermit than a birthday. Davey Sockrucker says you have me. I'll be your Muppet.
Oh,
Okay.
You just put your hand right up there.
It will be messy, but I'll do it.
Another punk shift. Jacob's the Michael Caine of all this.
Yes, he is.
Oh, ball humbug.
Yeah.
Now, is that a line
Hey, Uncle
from
Walsh,
Jaws
maybe
the
you
Revenge?
could,
Yes.
donate.
I was gonna
Right.
say I am wearing it's the wrong Jaws, but we're bringing it around.
Very few podcasts will anybody ever refer to Jaws the Revenge as the right Jaws. So, Abigail, how are you?
I'm doing great. I wish that this was a vintage puppet, much like Ryan's, because you've got like an old ass Kermit there. That's so cool. I'm great. I'm happy to be here. I've been looking forward to it all day. So yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone.
There you go. There you go. Lots of people filing in. We could go ahead and start saying hi to the chat because, as I mentioned earlier, we have some guests joining us from Mondo tonight. Peter and Hector. You know Peter is Attack Peter. I don't know if Hector has a cool online name, but we'll ask him when he gets here. But we're going to be talking about Mondo and this takeover. They're not even threatening it anymore. It's just happening. These premium collectibles in 1/12 1/6 scale toys. We've got the Skeletor timed edition that was just revealed. I think it went on sale today. They've been killing it with Masters of the Universe, Marvel, Batman the Animated Series, and I think it's time. I'm gonna make my proclamation tonight. I'm starting my collection at San Diego Comic-Con this year. I'm walking into that Mondo booth, and I'm gonna give them $50 exactly. and I'm gonna say I'll take it all.
And then they'll give you like a shirt. And
Yeah.
that's it. And
Yeah.
you'll walk
No.
away.
I think it'll be good. It's gonna be great. But honestly, going to the Mondo booth was one of my favorite things at San Diego Comic-Con last year.
Yeah.
Really amazing exclusives. I'm excited to talk to those guys here in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. James Vinopol's here. Peak Obi-Wan, Thanos Copter, Jason Smith, McFly Toys, Dora Laxon, Disavowed Action Figures. Nolan is here. Jessica Parker is here. Who, Ryan, you told me, have you never met Jessica Parker in person, or was it a long time ago? Which one was it?
No, I haven't. Not in person.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
We gotta make
this
that happen.
Wow.
We gotta make it
Yeah, we're
happen.
gonna fly her up to Canada. We're gonna watch some AEW
Yeah, that's what we're
and
gonna do.
get some Tim Hortons. That's what we're gonna do.
Very cool.
We're gonna
We do that
we're gonna
for
share Shawn Michaels stories.
trade store territory stories.
Territory.
Davey Sockrocker is here. Stephen Lawrence, Honor Guard DC, Another Punk Chef, Justin Nicolosi, Thomas Crosby, Monsters from Beyond, Andy Silva, Silver K. Who else do we have? Tony Taylor's in the house. By the way, did you see what they were teasing over there at Phantasm Toys? They're
Yeah.
going to be doing some ectoplasm. They're calling it Fanplasm. Excited about that.
Heard about
Yep.
it, yeah.
Lab Rat
I'm gonna
is
need
here. Flash is here. Nolan is here. So many people. Z Harv and Roman Kim. Frog Anxiety. Yes, use code Frog Anxiety.
Yes.
Page Toy Examples. Roland Ray's Country Boy. Daryl Robinson. Skylar Davis. And so on. And so on. And so on. Thank you guys all for being here. We really appreciate it. We appreciate the support. Let's go ahead. So our core focus of news and topic tonight is going to be Mondo and what they've got going on. I know we've got some weekly pickups and there might be some other little news things. Not a huge news week, but I know I had some issues at Target multiple times this week. I'm going to talk about that here in a few. Ryan, do you have any pickups?
Holy moly, Craig. I have
Yeah.
a lot of pickups.
You
so
do?
first off, I need to thank Matt Bush for this Kermit,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
amazing. But it didn't end with Kermit. I guess I'm gonna have to take him off. This is so sad. Now I have hand anxiety.
It's not the first time he got Kermit off today.
That's true. This is my hand anxiety.
It's not easy being green.
So there's also the vintage Ralph was in this magical box.
Now wait, hold on. What you got? What are these though? Is this what company?
What are
year?
they? So these are like the plushes
Called the Muppets.
and puppets from the late 70s, early 80s,
Okay.
from Fisher Price.
Nice.
Right.
Beautiful.
These are
So
cool.
I've
There's
almost
a-
got the entire set.
They have that Rolf. They have him in packaging at Second Chance Toys, and every time I'm with you guys and we go, I stare at it for a good 10 minutes.
Ooh, let's make that happen next
But he's
time.
there. He's there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah,
Animal.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
woman. Ah, this is like the best.
I'm
Thanks.
fucking snorting. It's good. It's good.
But
It's
this,
good.
There's a
this toy
reason
is
the Muppet-
amazing.
Is it like the fact that was just that funny to us? Is it because just the Muppets are instilled in us and it's like a trick we've been in since we were children? Or are the Muppets just that good and
Are they that
the
funny?
eyebrow thing is that funny
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you don't have to do anything?
Tilt his head back, because that's the best. Do the
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I love when he
Now
does
we're
that.
talking.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like fucking love these things.
That was me at the Target aisle trying to buy Ninja Turtles figures. Damn. What's that new movie called?
Yeah. That,
Oh, mhm.
no, I was gonna
Uh,
say Next Mutation.
Rogen.
Mutant High School? What is it
Uh-huh.
called?
Mayhem Madness? I don't fucking know.
Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem. I got a story for that. But Ryan, keep going.
Okay. Shane, one of our listeners, got me a Captain Canuck #1. Not a toy, but this
That's
is freaking
you.
awesome.
That's fucking
That's
cool.
you on the cover.
That
Yeah.
it is. That is me.
Yeah.
That was
it's
Captain-
you.
somehow drew
No,
me
Ryan's
before
is-
I was born. This
Ryan's is
is
called Captain Cuck.
ah!
Ooh.
Dude, come on.
I want to have fun on Toy Anxiety too.
But at my
You get a hall
expense?
pass.
No. That's not how this
Yeah.
show works.
No, Ryan, that's not how Ryan works.
Yeah.
Craig, you're
Nice
probably
try.
thinking of somebody else in the Ghostbusters community, but
Oh, okay.
Fuck off, Jake. Oh, that's so good. Okay. I'll
I don't
try
even
to
know if
change
I
this.
got the joke, but I'm
I
just
didn't,
smiling.
but also-
I'm just
yeah.
making fun of people who like Ghostbusters. That's all.
Yeah, same here.
It's not
I
hard.
love it.
It's not hard. It's not
Our
hard.
bread and butter.
Get your surfboard because we got a whole wave.
What the fuck is that?
Whoa,
Ryan?
big wave.
What are
What-
these? Across the Spider-Verse, Marvel Legends.
Mm.
Nice.
Jeez.
Entire wave has shown up at my door. These I got from E-Collectibles. Use code Toying Around to get an extra 10% off.
Very cool.
Free shipping if you're in Canada. So if you don't want those big bad toy store shipping and custom rates, E-Collectibles is your place to go.
There you go.
But I got the
Are you
entire
doing
wave
an
of-
ad right now? What?
Yeah,
I
love
am
that.
doing an ad.
Dude, you
Well,
do
it's good for
pop-up
us
ads all the
Canadians.
time.
Ryan's
a
the
lot of-
ultimate salesman. He's like
Yeah.
he's like Kevin Smith, Dan Aykroyd, and Ryan Dole.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have so much more. Does anyone else have stuff?
I don't have any. I don't
I've got
have
a couple things.
Yeah, go for it, Craig.
We got about 10 minutes before we bring our guests on, so let's,
Okay,
I'll
so the
rapid
rest can
fire
wait.
some stuff.
Yeah.
We got a super chat.
Let's do it.
Let's do that first. Davey Sockrocker, we need an ep where y'all talk with Muppet puppets.
Yeah, we'll probably do that.
let's
I'm
do that right
100%
now.
Like a
behind
full
that, yeah.
Muppet episode of Toy Anxiety.
whole
We'll have to
episode.
probably
I'm
pre-record it.
so
but-
ready.
Let's interview Mondo as Muppets.
I'm
I think
sure they
that'd be
would.
great.
I'm sure.
I bet they
They'll
would
love
love
it.
that.
Oh, they both just signed off.
We finally
Yeah.
got
They both
Mondo
just
and-
logged off. Okay, I did go to Target. They had all the Mutant Mayhem figures out. I tried to buy 6 figures, $11.99 a pop. I was denied. All street dated, but let me tell you something. The guy at Target was really nice. He said for my inconvenience, he gave me a $30 Target gift card.
What? He got fired right
rare.
after that.
No, he was the security guard. I don't even think he actually worked for Target. But he got me. He gave me a $30 gift card for my inconvenience.
And what did
Which
you
you
buy?
then
with
went to the self-checkout and then
And-
bought them with
Well,
your...
no, because they confiscated, but I immediately went back to the toy aisle and bought more Ninja Turtle stuff. Hi, Ryan.
Hi.
Whoop. So I did get this giant Colossus of the Swamps. This figure, Jake, you saw this thing in person.
I did. It's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
This thing is
Yeah.
insane.
It's so big.
God
Whoa,
damn.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
This
I
thing's
don't
amazing.
even remember him from the cartoon, but I was like, whoa.
So I
Thing's
think
huge.
I think this is Napoleon Bonafrog, but he gets like extra. He gets like Super Shredder oozed or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll
Craig, I don't know. I just whatever. Paid
Yeah.
$60 for
Hey,
it. Bro.
more things I don't know about. My two favorite Turtles characters, Bugman and Electro Zapper. We all remember them.
Yeah.
These are great looking though. And cue Ryan Dole yelling at me. I picked up
Oh, nice.
Man Ray,
Man, yeah.
Mhm.
which is Ryan says I have to get the Archie figures, so I am.
Yes, you have to.
I listened to him. This is an amazing. I've seen this a couple times. Finally picked it up. Was
Nice.
able to. The trick with NECA is you'll find it if you live in Atlanta because there's like 50 Targets. But so I don't get too worried about getting it week one. And then I did find the Lawson 4-pack, which I was on the phone with Ryan when I found it, and he shamed me into buying it because I wasn't going to.
It didn't so much shame you. I gave you a forewarning because it was like,
Those are
I don't know
cool,
if I
though.
should get this. And you were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and I was like, dude, if you don't get this, you're going to go home and be like, oh, I wish I bought this. Then you're going to go back to get it and it'll be gone.
Yeah, like imagine going into Target and willingly buying Fly Face and Buzz, whatever you just showed off, but
Buzz nuts.
not buying that.
Fly
Yeah.
face and Buzz, whatever.
I don't remember what it was.
So, anyways, NECA killing it. We talk about NECA Turtles all the time. So, but I can't wait to dig into those, and it's a really great set. And we should also mention that the NECA San Diego Comic-Con exclusives go on sale tomorrow. Get your Kino, get your Turtles 3. We have an unboxing coming for that eventually. It's ready. It's done. It's great, but we gotta wait. So
Sweet. Is Jacob doing that one?
he did
Yeah,
it.
already did it. They
It's
just
in
won't
the
let us
can.
post it.
Mhm.
It's in the
where
can.
is it? I want to see it.
Oh, it's somewhere.
I'll see if we
Stay
can put it up.
tuned.
It
Yeah.
exists.
All right, Ryan, you got a few more things, then we'll bring our guests on.
Yeah, I'll kind of give a quick rapid fire on some of this stuff. I also
Okay.
got from Matt Bush this deluxe Superman Mezco box set of the Max Fleischer
Wow.
Superman, which is my favorite Superman cartoon of all time, except for what I call the second season, where it's all war propaganda and it gets very, 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 very racist. But the first few of these cinematic shorts are amazing. This is from one of them, Mechanical Monsters. So this is awesome. I cannot wait to open the shit out of that. I also got a couple Dark Knight collection vehicles, also from Matt Bush. I also got a Batcopter. You might remember Craig getting one. I got one too because it's Jake's birthday. And I also got the Joker cycle, which is super
Dang.
exciting. And I'm very tempted to take this one out, but I'm also like, but I don't know what to do.
Right.
Quick rapid fire. Also from Matt Bush. Jeez, dude, what the heck? Speeder bike, Scout Trooper. By the way, he didn't send this all in one haul. This was all accumulated at Craig's for like months. I also got the droid from Andor.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was spoiled a couple weeks ago on this show that I got him, but I'm super stoked. So thank you. I needed them. I also got a couple vintage collection figures, and these ones are from my own personal pre-order.
Bush?
So I got Star Killer and Hunter. Very important because we're finally getting Bad Batch, the TV.
Got a lot
Very
of
cool.
stuff, right?
Love Hunter.
Look at this guy.
Right?
Ryan said he
And
was cutting back.
this came in today as well because we're going to stay on topic. So this is going to be my last one I show today. I got Grizzlor from the Horde from Maddie, I just want to call it Maddie Collector. From
Maddie
Mattel
Collector.
Creations. I haven't opened it yet, but man, this art is like amazing on this box. And this was one of my favorite figures as a kid, so I needed this.
Very cool.
So I got it. There it is.
I had that show up as well, and I sold it immediately.
I know you did.
That's what happens when
I think
you
you
pre-order
sold it
stuff.
on the show.
I was like, who wants this thing? Really great pickups. We'll get into more details on all this stuff later, but I do want to get to our guests. Unless Jake or Abby have anything else pressing. No? Okay,
let's
cool.
do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring in our guests right now. They are kind enough to take some time out of their busy schedules and busy lives to join us. Peter and Hector from Mondo, who are, they've got an amazing team over there. They're putting out incredible collectibles, statues, 1/6 scale action figures. These guys are going to drop some knowledge on us, maybe tease some stuff. We're going to learn a little bit about the business, and we're all going to listen. Okay, that's what toy collectors need to start doing.
Listen
need to listen.
and learn.
Listen and learn. That's what's going to happen. All right, let's go ahead and bring them on right now. What? We're good? We're good.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're listening.
All right, here we go. Oh my God, there's a lot of people
Hey.
here.
Oh wow.
How's everybody
He's
doing?
going nuts.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Let's get you guys some
Thank-
top billing here.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
All right, that's enough, guys.
I hear the crowd. I don't
That's
This
a
recall,
top
Steve,
was-
Steve Austin pop.
Yeah, they were extra excited.
I don't
Yeah.
recall hearing
I
that,
like that.
that crowd in the past, but now they're here. So,
By the way, puppets up, puppets up.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh,
I got yours right here, Hector. You're at my house.
I don't
right
have
here.
a puppet, but I'll do this. This works.
Oh,
Oh,
that's good.
yes.
That
What's
works.
up, Muppet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cuppet, Jacob. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Ah,
I like that.
Oh,
Good for you.
wow.
It's
I
good
wish
to
I
participate.
wish I had a trumpet.
Yeah.
What's going on,
Is that a
guys? Thanks
sun
for having
guts?
us.
What is that?
That is the Sun Guts. Yes, it's the Sun
Dang,
Guts. The little
dude.
sushi shark dude is one of my favorite things I got in Japan a few months ago.
That's
That's
very
amazing.
cool.
That's
Unbelievable.
cool. I like
Yeah, he's
So-
great.
Let's why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Wait, before that, Craig,
yeah.
can I do my pickup?
Fuck
what I just
yeah,
picked up?
let's do it.
Mhm.
All
What'd
right.
you pick up, man?
Okay, because this is technically not like just recently, but I have nobody else to celebrate this. So this is the Shaq
Oh my God.
Attack Rookie
We
of
were-
the Year figure.
Holy shit.
Shit,
Yes.
Craig, we were just talking about this.
We were
Most
talking
people
about.
don't know, but the origin of Attack Peter is Shaq Attack Peter.
Is it really?
And- no, it's not. but
Wow.
Wait,
I-
you're
You should
from.
have just lied. Should have lied and went with
the
it.
truth is, I was such a gigantic Shaq fan as a kid. I had like a Shaq shrine in my room.
Okay.
And I had like a 7-foot, cardboard cutout of Shaq. I had the figures. I had like Shaq Pepsis. I just never got to meet Shaq. And so now I'm going to try to use all my power and leverage all of our connections to get a Shaq project in the book somehow. But yeah,
Well,
that's my pickup.
Shaq was the
I was about to say he
guest
was
of
the-
honor
yeah.
at Toy Fair 2020.
I know, I
Got the
missed it.
ribbon.
Dude,
I know.
it's a sick
We're never at
opening,
the
yeah.
same place. We can never make it like two boats crossing in the night. Is what
He
they say.
lives by us.
Yeah.
He's like the honorary
He's in the
sheriff
area.
of my hometown.
Go- Oh,
Like,
okay. Yeah. We'll make it happen, Craig. Please don't just brag about it. Like
Call
be
him
about
up.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
Make
he's
that the
here.
next episode.
Yeah.
He's here.
Here he is.
LSU's own.
If we could
So
get
wait,
Mondo Shaq Fu figures, I would be like,
I'm ready
All
for
in.
it.
let's do it.
yeah.
Hey, real
Yeah.
quick, since we're finally talking about Shaq. So, Peter, you're from Florida, right? Like you were-
Miami, yeah. Technically
Okay.
Florida.
okay, technically Florida, but you were a huge Shaq fan. Were you like an
Yes.
Orlando Magic fan? You were just
Yes.
into it.
Yep. I was not a
Okay.
Heat fan growing up. I was an Orlando Magic fan
No,
growing
the
up
Heat were
for Shaq.
awful in the 90s.
Yeah, we had Glenn Rice, and I went
Yeah.
to go see the Magic play the Heat one time in person. It was the day that Glenn Rice dropped like 60 points on the Magic and roasted him. So it was like the worst
Damn.
birthday gift ever. But yeah. What are you
Well,
gonna do?
I was a huge. I mean, I grew up in Chicago. I was a diehard Bulls fan, but
Nice.
everybody, if you were a basketball fan in the 90s, you loved Shaq.
Yeah.
I don't want to brag about it, but I will. Eighth
Oh my
grade,
God.
first day, walking into school with my new Penny Hardaway foam posits.
Yes.
$179.99 retail. Guess what? Still didn't have any friends, but I had the shoes.
They only make you jump higher and run faster. You can't actually make friends with them, Craig.
No,
That was never
it
advertised.
came in handy where people were trying to beat the shit out of me. I could run really fast. They
In
were
his
also
shoes.
they were stolen out of my locker, my gym locker, like 3 days into eighth grade. So, anyways, So, real quick, Ryan and I were talking about that Shaq line literally yesterday, and I was telling him that that's one of the deluxe sets that you've got, but they've got the LSU figure.
Yeah, I had them all when I was a kid. The
They're
LSU
awesome.
one, yeah.
And they're
The
cheap.
Rap
You can get
Star
them-
one is the one I need.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I
Rap
have?
and Shaq.
Let me grab something I forgot that I had just to show off. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh man,
Wow, he's really
that's
taking
it,
over.
everyone.
Got the
Shaq
set.
Mondo
No.
figures confirmed.
He
That's it.
he's going.
Confirmed.
He's going to get
Confirmed.
Craig's shoes.
Yeah, he's gonna toss him over a phone
Yeah,
call.
this whole time.
8th grader shoes when I went traveling.
Holy
What?
shit!
My wife's always like, "What do I get you for Christmas? You already have everything." Like my garage studio is like I'm working on making it into a Halloween mask shop. Is my childhood dream. But she went out, did her research. She knows my dark love and all this, and so she goes, "I got you something really cool." And I opened it, and look what it was, dude. Holy shit!
Ooh,
Oh,
That's-
nice.
Shaq, black jersey, white pinstripes.
Wow.
That's new for
Dang.
94. That's his rookie figure.
And I'm here to announce this is a Comic-Con exclusive. I have a stack of Shaquille O'Neal rookie cards in
Yeah.
the plastic hardcover sleeves that if you find me at San Diego Comic-Con, I will give you a Shaquille O'Neal rookie card because they're worth nothing now, apparently. But I got them.
But you got him.
So many of them, at least 20. And so I still have them from my youth. So anybody who sees me at Comic-Con, come get one.
That's
This is-
awesome.
Hell yeah.
You know, we've been jokingly saying we're the #1 sports podcast for a while. But I think
No,
it's
number one for
confirmed.
sports, weather, and politics.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. We're out of time, unfortunately.
It was all taken up by Shaq.
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You got Shaq attacked, bro.
How was
Dude,
it,
it's like
Shaq?
you can't drive the lane with Shaq in there. He's going to be swatting them. All right.
People say, "Yo, Shaq, where you at?" And it's here in my collection. That was a reference to his album. The music
Thank you.
album.
Really
True
great.
fan, yes.
Honestly, it's like that was basically like the rubber solar revolver of my youth. Okay. let's talk about Mondo. Let's introduce you guys formally because you haven't been on the show before. Attack Peter, incredible artist, incredible like this. The stuff you guys are doing over there is amazing. I kind of want to get a little backstory about how you got involved. I know you were doing work for Mondo, but now you're very involved in the I don't know what you're involved in. That's why you're here to tell us. So
Yeah,
give us
no
a-
one seems to know. I'm like what's his name in Office Space, Milton, that works in the basement. They just can't find me to fire me, so I just kinda
Every
get
day
like-
you're asking about your stapler at all.
Yeah,
times.
exactly.
right. No, it's like on Seinfeld when they let Kramer go and he's like, I don't even really work here. He's like, that's what makes this so hard. Like,
Yeah. No, I was a teacher for 13 years as I was developing, the business that was, I guess, my art career as Attack Peter. I was just kind of doing it for fun and as a hobby. And then little by little started getting some momentum. My wife and I would travel to every convention in Florida. And then eventually we snuck out of Florida and did some shows in California, New York. And the whole thing just took off after I started doing some like license gigs with like Sideshow and Super 7. And of course, when I joined Skybound as an artist in residence, which I highly recommend artists get a paycheck, like a salary and benefits. It's really good. Takes a lot of the stress out of a life. So as a teacher for 13 years, I never jumped to being an independent artist completely because I didn't think I could, support my life like that. So Skybound gave me a shot to be an artist in residence. We did some awesome stuff there. And then when the opportunity came about to work for Mondo, I'm like, dude, this is just a dream. I have so much respect. Frankly, I was a huge fan of Hector and the toy department there. And the fact that they're working on a lot of the licenses that other people are working on, and they're just doing it differently. And in my opinion, doing it better just because there's a love of the toy, the idea of toy collecting present in the lines that they had been putting out. And obviously that we're continuing to put out now. And so when I got to talk to Hector, and I literally badgered him on Instagram in front of a bunch of people to make this figure happen. That's literally how it happened. I told the live chat, I'm like, hey guys, look, that's Hector from Mondo. Telling you want to see an Attack Peter Godzilla figure. And that was how that whole thing started. So, we became friends.
True.
And when the opportunity came to work together, I was like, I can't pass this up. And it's just been a dream being able to work with him. And we have a great friendship now. And I think it's just highly recommended. If you're an artist, find a way to get that paycheck every 2 weeks. It makes life a lot easier. Yeah.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
That's
A
awesome.
lot of people are surprised to find out that as podcasters, we don't get paychecks. We have to do other things for money.
Exactly.
They can't. They're like, you do what? I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah.
I thought this was
I
it.
thought
Like,
this was your life.
once a week, 2 hours talking about toys.
But now I should say now I'm senior art director or senior creative director of the art department over at Mondo, which basically means any art that comes out, whether it's on packaging or in our posters or in our record sleeves, I have like an eye over it and make sure everything's cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thank you for sharing that. Hector, kind of the same thing. How about yourself? How'd you get involved in all this?
How's it going? First off, thanks for having me.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I've been at Mondo I freelanced for them for about a year, but been officially on the team for like 5 years now.
Okay.
And I became the creative director for the department, for the toys department about, right before the pandemic hit. So, or right around there. So I've been the creative director for the last 3.5 years, just about.
Okay.
So
cool.
yeah. And I'm the one that oversees the entire toys department, and it's only 4 of us.
That's crazy. I think that's something that, we've talked about that before. Like, I think sometimes just in general with smaller companies and all of the companies we love, whether it is Mondo or NECA or Super 7, like I don't think people always realize just how small these teams are. And it kind of speaks to like how much you guys accomplish with the licenses that you accomplish, because you're a small team, but you're working with these incredibly like huge pop culture properties. I don't know. Do you guys feel that like pressure to deliver? Because like one thing I want everybody to chime in, but I've been excited about this all day. The thing I love about Mondo, what you guys are doing with toys is, and we've talked about this a lot, what's different, what sets you guys apart from something like what Sideshow does or with like Hot Toys is that, yes, these are 1/6 scale figures. They're highly detailed, the incredible paint applications, incredible packaging, but they're still toys, and they retain the feel and the look of a toy collection. I'm assuming that's intentional, but is that like part of the mission statement? Like how do you guys weave that into like these product releases?
Yeah, I mean, for me, since I grew up with all these properties, right, like as all of us did, and I've always been a big fan of maintaining the aesthetic and the feel that we all like know and love of these characters, but just like tweaking it just a bit so that it kind of like, it's like, imagine if the figures that we had like for Masters of the Universe, right, the figures that we had when we were kids, imagine if they just grew up with us. So this is kind of like how we see it.
Yeah.
So it's like the adult version of this toy. It's kind of like the toy that you imagine. I remember when I was a kid, I had my He-Man. I always thought in my head when I was playing with it, I was like, he's much cooler than this figure is, right? And that's right. And so is Battle Cat and Skeletor, right? Like, so that's kind of our goal, especially with He-Man, and then maybe some new licenses that we may be acquiring over the next couple months, is to apply that kind of philosophy where it's like, what if we still retain a lot of what made these characters special, but just kind of give them an updated boost so that they're I don't know, more badass, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, for me, and we've talked about this internally, it's like I have such a vivid, visceral memory of my figures being so comforting as a kid. I grew up in a household where I was very loved by my parents and my grandparents, but we had a rough divorce when I was growing up. And my grandpa and I think now looking back, he was a collector of like little miniature figures, and he used to use us hunting at the local KB or Toys R Us for whatever the chase figure is as like a fun distraction, and we bonded over that. So I have like a level of love for these that I'm sure you all share that's beyond the fact that it's just a plastic thing there. And so when working on this stuff, I'll be done my work for the day, printing something, design something around 9 p.m. and then go to the couch with Gabby, my wife, and we're sitting there watching a show, but I just want to do a little bit more sketching on the new concept of something or whatever it is. And it's just because this stuff means so much, and we have this responsibility, in my opinion, to wow you now as an adult and wow ourselves first. I think if we wow ourselves, we can wow everyone else the same way we were all wowed when we were kids. Like that feeling, not just nostalgia, because I feel like nostalgia is low hanging fruit nowadays. You can
Sure.
right. So like it's
Mhm.
not just nostalgia. It's like, can this wow you the same way it wowed you when we were 5, 6, 7 years old? You know?
Yeah, like
and-
taking a G-rated toy and making it PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And I think another part of it too is we don't want to play in the same space that other companies are already playing in. I mean, when we did Batman the Animated Series, we were one of the first ones to ever do it. We are literally the first ones to do X-Men the Animated Series as a collectible ever, right? Even in the 1/6 now, Hasbro's now doing their Marvel Legends versions and all that, but that was kind of what I'm always looking for. And for Godzilla, for example, when we got that license, I didn't want to just make accurate Godzilla statues. I'm like, I want to do retro Safubi style Godzilla, and we're going to do them. And we're going to be the first American company to put out Godzilla Safubi here in the States that is widely accessible to people. That is not something you can only get in Japan. So that's kind of like what we're always looking for in any property that we get, whether it's something like Motu or whatever else we may get in the future. It's like either we're going to add our own spin to it, or we're going to try to work on something that hasn't been done before.
Absolutely. Oh, real quick, I do want to acknowledge, Abby, could you read off Mr. Matt Bush's?
Yeah, Matt Bush gave $10 to the Podcaster Pizza Fund.
Heck
the,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
PPF.
Thank you. Yeah, the PPF.
Thank you.
always
Keep
needs.
that pizza fun coming the whole stream, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
Let's get more pizza.
Yeah, we
And
would
that's
like-
not even a full pizza nowadays. $9.99. Where you go to
Yeah.
like Latino's?
What if we want?
That's a
Wings.
slice.
Yeah.
That's a slice. It's
Hey, Jake, speaking of Godzilla stuff, like, I think it'll be interesting to get your perspective because, like, first of all, we've all loved Mondo for a long time. Like, bonding over Mondo poster prints was part of the genesis of what started Yes Have Some Podcasts. Like,
Mhm.
Mondo, like, for a lot of people who I was getting into toy collecting, I was getting into understanding and appreciating alternative poster art, maybe like 2012, 2013. And it was kind of that signifier of going, oh, the one sheet that they put out for the movie is cool, but look at this artist who did this, like, I don't know, whatever interpretation of like one specific scene that I love in this movie, and it's a
Right.
really beautiful screen printed poster,
Mhm.
and we would bond over that. And this is back in the day when it was like those drops were happening at random times, and you weren't going to get it. You tried to get it, and then everybody would freak out. And it's not so different from toys. But we've kind of grown with Mondo over the last decade, and to see what you guys are doing with toys now and kind of putting that full force into being a big player in these premium toys is amazing. Jake, for the Godzilla stuff, for an American company to be doing the Safubi like that, like,
Yeah.
in that community, what has been like the reception? I don't know. I kind of want to get some discussion around that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been insane because, I mean, we've talked about it. Peter, you've heard me and Jay talk about it over at Monster Island. Like, just the fact that kaiju stuff is on a completely different level. Even when I try to talk kaiju on this show, I can, it's just it's a whole separate thing. And the fact that Mondo is putting out American Safubi figures
Mhm.
that has sculpts that are blowing some of the Japanese stuff out of the water, like it's
Oh, thanks, man.
it's
Whoa.
pretty insane. It's just a crazy thing, especially like when you grow up and you're a kid. Like when I was little and I was into Godzilla, I've said this before. When you don't have any other friends who are Godzilla fans, it's not like He-Man where everybody watches
Right.
He-Man. When you're a kid, I'm like, oh, is this a real? Did I make Godzilla up? Because no one else seems to know what it is.
Mhm.
And now, like, I can buy like a Pulgasari figure or a Jet Jaguar, which is
Yeah.
I've
always
got that
been
jet.
one of
Yeah.
my- yeah. It's just like weird on the best level possible.
Yeah. And it's a testament, I think, to the fact, and what we always want to convey is that we're just fans. Like we watch these streams, we read the news, we watch what our friends and other companies are doing, and we have chats going, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? oh, they just did this, we got to do this. And it's like, you know, we just sit around and say, what do we want? Like sometimes I'm even like making a case to Hector, like, dude, let's do this. He's like, calm down. I think that's only you who wants that. And it's dangerous because you got the keys to the kingdom.
Hey, to be honest, it's a rare time that I say that to him.
No, it's true.
often.
No, please.
But-
Everything we talk about get done. But once in a while, I'll pull a wild, you know, hair out of my ass.
So
and
true.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like what I,
God,
but like
I
what
want to
was-
hear what that is.
Yeah.
But that's
we just be
crazy
added to that
because-
chat.
but that's even crazy to hear you say that you come up with things that people are like, calm down, because I feel like not a
Well,
lot of people
I'm not
know
saying
who
just
Paul
me, but like we
Gazzari
all
is.
have. No, and we all do it. Let me just back up Hector because I didn't want to make it seem like he's playing the nanny here. But in all
Right.
seriousness, we
I'm
do
the
have
big
a
nanny.
Friday meeting on our, work chat where we, do a stream like this, and it's like the last meeting of the week. Everybody's chilling out. It's basically a happy hour, and then we're just like, man, what if we did blank? And people are like, yeah, that's cool. Or what if we did blank? Like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then what if we did blank? Like, oh shit! And now it's a project, and that's literally how some of our projects come to be.
That's all.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Love
we're
it.
gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to
mean,
talk
you were
about
That's how
gonna
that
mention-
leaked juggernaut came to be. Thanks, Felicians.
It's
No,
true.
just kidding,
Yeah,
just
I
kidding.
mean, no, it's true that the whole Juggernaut thing that was posted that we had at licensing show, that was just us being like, hey, let's do something with Marvel and Soft Vinyl. We released Man Thing. That was great. People loved Man Thing and how that turned out. And it was like, oh well, we all love Juggernaut, and it's like, yeah, we all do love Juggernaut. That's true.
We
Like,
do
let's just
like
do it.
Juggernaut.
No, who wants to do it? And like one of our sculptors was like, I'll do it, and we're like, go for it.
Yeah, he just
Yeah, that
slotted it
Juggernaut-
in
it
between.
was done.
Yeah, that Juggernaut is amazing. Straight up, as someone who's like a big X-Men collector, I'm not even really big into that, like that vinyl kind of figures.
You're
and stuff,
about to
but
be.
I'm in terrible space danger and wallet danger because I need that.
No, what
He's
you do is you
he's
take
like-
Juggernaut and you use them to wipe that shelf behind you clean. And then that's content. That's what they call the YouTube shorts. You
Yeah.
do the phone and you go, "Frah," just
Wow.
knock it all. It could be staged. You can
900
sub after.
views, totally worth it.
Yes.
I mean, I can totally relate to what you guys are saying because, like, part of the genesis of like, yes, have some or any of the creative stuff we do, it's like it's usually born out of there's a thing that we would like to see. We would like to have a podcast to listen to that talks about toys, but is a little bit tongue in cheek, a little bit of self awareness, pretty inappropriate, and we're like, fuck, we're just gonna have to do it,
Mhm.
like and I love that perspective because, like, I don't know, you can try to get that from a Hasbro or a Mattel or a big company, but at the end of the day, you're dealing with billion-dollar corporations, and I don't doubt that the people working on those are fans, but they're handcuffed and they're limited into what they can actually get going. So you guys are able to sit around, pitch ideas, throw stuff against the wall, and then make products that like people freak out over, which we're about to talk about the Skeletor right now.
Space Godzilla.
Oh, well, it's Space Godzilla. Yeah, I mean,
You talk about Space Godzilla.
going back to the whole real quick, the Toho Safubi stuff. I mean, yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying. I was the same way. I was the only kid that I knew that liked Godzilla, right? Like, no, everyone knew who Spider-Man was and Batman. No one really cared about Godzilla at all. So when we got the chance to do these, and like I was like, okay, well, one of my favorite movies is Godzilla '84, Return of Godzilla, and I was like, that's the first one I'm gonna do. That's the very first soft vinyl we're gonna do, and it had nothing to do with any sort of market research. Which Godzilla was popular. It had nothing to do with anything. It was purely just because I love that movie, and that's what I was like. I'm gonna sculpt it, I'm gonna design it, I'm gonna do it. Let's go. And and that just kind of opened up the floodgates for us, right? And yeah, now we just released Rodan, and we have a few more colorways there. We have some more surprises later on this year and next year. Yeah, so we're excited about that line.
Well, I was watching Geek Dad the other day, and I was like trying to zoom in because I'm looking at your shelf, and I'm like, I was like, I don't think I've seen that Space Godzilla color posted anywhere yet. There's like multiple Space Godzilla. I'm like, all right, what do we got?
There's some secrets back there.
We
Yeah,
love to
like,
leak.
Yeah, I was like, there's secrets back there on that
There's
shelf.
Yeah.
secrets. There's a ton of
That's funny.
secrets. Yeah,
And
and
then
we
the-
have, the Rodan too that hasn't been shown anywhere either. So
Ooh.
Damn.
Stuff.
Mhm.
Damn.
Oh,
From a
Oh
toy
my God,
maker.
your room's freaking out because you're so excited, Jacob.
Yeah, dude.
What happened?
It's like,
Oh.
Sick.
Yeah. It's an ultra toy
Whatever,
anxiety.
This is Max Headroom hacking into your camera right now, dude.
Yeah.
"Oh, the Dark World in what?"
Who's playing Sandstorm?
That's funny. That's really funny. Toy making question. As far as like the Safubi with the color variants, does having like, how do I even phrase this? Is that a benefit and allows you guys to make more weird out of the box stuff because there is that opportunity? Because the Safubi collectors are so hardcore of like, they're not just going to buy one Godzilla 84. You can keep putting it out in different colors. And in certain toy collecting circles, that is looked at as a, what are you doing? Why? Like, we want
Yeah,
something
we
new. Why are you
talk-
doing it?
Repaint,
Right.
re-release. Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
talked about that. We'll sit on here and we'll like make fun of Hasbro for putting out a stormtrooper in another color. Meanwhile,
Right.
I'm like, Jay owns 89, almost 89 of the same figure, just in different colors. It's like,
Yeah,
That's so
but that
weird,
one's
man.
got Cheeto dust on it. So I need that one.
It's like a different perspective. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
it's a
that's
total.
go ahead, Hector. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that I think the soft vinyl world is a totally different beast from like your like a action figure collector or 1/6 scale figure collector. It's part of the chase. It's part of that trying to be like, hey, I have this glitter blah 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 colorway. It's only limited to 100 units or 50 or 50 whatever, and it's part of that whole I guess fan base, right? And we try to cater to that, and that makes it exciting for us because I mean when I'm making these, it's like it's hard to pick one color anyway. So it's
That's
like,
so
oh
true,
well,
too.
we have 5 options to go. Let's do
Yeah.
5. Let's cherry pick from this inspiration here or that inspiration there. Or I just want glitter or I just want glow in the dark. And that's
I
kind
think
of
it's
like
yeah, it's definitely a nod to that world, but also they just look so cool side by side by side.
Yeah.
By side. And I think I started to. We have a friend in the Godzilla collectors groups who only collects Hedorah. That's all he collects. And like his whole room is
you
Hedorah.
talk about Andy.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that dude.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hedorah.
So yeah, and so I think it's just part of that world. I think with like regular figure collecting, you just want a representation of a character, and you'd rather have like something more obscure. But with soft vinyl, I think if you find a sculpt that you dig, you're just like, I like it in that. It's a different thing, but it lives in the same world almost, And the thing with soft vinyl, which is why I recommend Dole you get into it, is you can have zero concern you're ever going to break it. You can grab it, you can and you can actually like manhandle this $250 item, which normally you don't want to. Like if you got a hot toy, if you got a statue, you set it up and you set it and you forget it.
Right.
I just coined that. You set it, you forget it.
Set it and
And
forget
so
it.
right, and so with vinyls, you can pick them up and have a good time and show them around.
Yep. Juggernaut's going in the shower with me first day.
You can do it. We recommend
I
it.
can
Frankly,
do it.
Maybe you can. Yeah.
yeah.
So we're gonna ask the chat is gonna be able to ask some questions as we go. We'll try to kind of tackle things in bundles. So let's get you a few questions, and then we'll talk about Skeletor. Does that sound
Yeah,
good?
let's do it.
Do it.
So we do have a super chat from Flash for Craig's new Motu Mondo Motu fun. Thank you.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there.
This is just a compliment, but we gotta acknowledge it. Mondo is responsible for me buying 1/6 scale figures now. Thanks a lot, guys.
We hear that a lot, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think that it's either like Hot Toys or Mondo. I don't think that's the comparison, frankly. I think what we're doing is more like if you're into Marvel Legends, if you're into Black Series, and you're like, I like this aesthetic. When you get one of these in hand, I don't know if you guys ever had a chance to like hold one in person. If not, we got to send you guys some. But like when you get these in hand, they just feel so substantial.
Yeah.
And
That
it's
looks
the
so good.
articulations there, the paint, at the detail at this size, and not to mention I'm only showing you this one, but there's all the accessories that come with it, all the details that are included in the box. So I think it's more like add this as the top tier to your like Marvel Legends, to your Black Series.
Right.
Instead of thinking about it, well, I guess I'm like only 1/6 now. I just think it fits really well with that collection.
Yeah, it's not a
They
competition.
go together.
And-
yeah.
And what
And I
works-
love
what I
Hot
like
Toys and I
about-
have them. I just feel like it's a different thing when I have it side by side.
Yeah, and what I love about what you guys do, especially with Batman animated series and with X-Men, is that they are on model.
Yeah.
And it's something that like Hasbro does. I don't know if they have permission or how that goes exactly, but like, yes, you can get 90s X-Men. But I mean, even DC Direct, they did that whole big line of Batman animated series, which is amazing. I've got almost all of them because they're awesome. They're the best. But there's something that just hits different the way you guys have done them. Like I've been always looking at the Harley Quinn figure, for instance. And me hesitating, I pulled a Jacob Walsh. I hesitated, and I didn't get the one with Bo and Lou, her hyenas, and I'm like instant regret. Like I got instant FOMO of not having that, but still just looking at the basic figure of her, she's so spot on model. Like, and I don't know if that's a scale thing of how she's able to just look that good, because even the smaller ones, they're really good. From DC Direct, even the Kenner ones, but these ones are just like.
Let's address that. When you guys are creating something so iconic, just take Batman animated series. How are you guys able to? Are you looking at original character models? Are you looking at any of the original? Like, what is that licensee relationship look like?
I mean, a lot of what we do is based off of older media, right? So
right.
The amount of actual assets that exist are like minuscule.
Right.
Nothing. So what we end up doing, to answer your question, is combing through episodes after episode, screen grabbing it, like sharing, and then doing that. And then it's just a matter of, I mean, it's hard to say it without sounding like, I guess, egotistical, but it's just a matter of like the person who, or the eye of whoever's directing it or whoever's saying like, this is what this needs to look like. And because we just try to match it as close as humanly possible.
And we have two awesome sculptors on our team. Tommy Hodges, Alex Brewer.
Yeah, Fantastic Four. I don't know if any of you follow him.
Yeah,
but he's on our team, and these guys, they get it right off the bat, and then sometimes we're just sitting there and we just go through many iterations of their sculpt to like get it to that sweet spot. I mean, because you can only, I mean, especially with something like X-Men the animated series, like almost every frame they look different.
Yeah,
right. It's not. It's not like Batman the animated series is pretty consistent, right? But X-Men is like all over the place, but with the animation, so we basically find our favorite like handful of frames, handful of screen grabs, and then say like, okay, I think this is the definitive whatever, right? And let's kind of push it in that direction.
That makes total sense. And again, too, like I can't imagine how hard that is to do with X-Men, because X-Men did not have that Steven Spielberg, Warner Brothers animation budget, that Batman animated series had at that time, because that paved the way for all those good, like early 90s cartoons where they started like treating the audience like not idiots, right? Like in X-Men's big part of that. And I also got a question also with scale, like choosing the scale that you chose. Did you guys ever feel like, oh God, whatever is going to happen if you ever do a X-Men animated Juggernaut or a Bane from Batman animated series? Is that something that you always kind of like keep in mind of like, oh God, how are we going to do this and still make it?
I mean, we did a battle cap, so all bets are off at this point.
Yeah, that was the threshold.
We have something in the Batman the animated series line coming in that's very big.
Oh,
how soon? How soon?
Very soon. Comic-Con soon.
Okay.
Oh wow!
You're gonna need shelf space.
Is it currently on your shelf?
No.
Nothing else would fit if it was.
No.
Okay.
He's big.
Okay. I'm gonna have to have you guys on my Batman show, I think, after Comic-Con to discuss it.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple questions here. McFly Toys, any chance when you guys get to, by the way, if you guys can't answer something or don't want to, feel free to be like, pass. But no
worries. Thank you.
Left a super chat, so we'll ask. When we get him anti-faces, is there a chance he'll have a rotating face or head mechanism, or is that just wishful thinking? I know a simple head swap is the easier way to go. I think it's a fair question.
Yeah, I mean, Many Faces has been on our list for a while. I mean, we've been trying to get through some of the core characters, which I think we're going to probably be there by mid next year. So then, characters like Many Faces or Buzz Off or, Ram Man or whatever start to come on the table. I think the mechanism is something we always discussed. I'm not sure if we would do it or if we would go towards like just a swappable type of head, or even just maybe not the mechanism, but a rotation,
like a rotating. Yeah,
maybe that might be something we'll do. It depends. Cool. We don't like to sacrifice the aesthetic for any sort of like function. Stuff like a little function or
right.
Yeah,
fair enough. Very cool. One more question, then we're talking about Skeletor from Andy. I know everybody has the license, but is there any opportunities for more TMNT figures from Mondo?
I hope so. That's all I can say. I hope.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm just gonna plant this seed. Sofubi Krang.
yes.
Gonna put that
on
in
one scale.
Yeah.
1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Just
That giant one.
It's only like the flat facade, or it comes apart like in half, so it's like you can make like a flat facade and you wear it like a WWE belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we got it.
It's like a baby Bjorn with Krang. You know what I mean?
Wearable Krang, yeah.
That's actually
wearable Krang sounds pretty fun.
Setting up Skeletor. I believe, did it go on sale today or yesterday?
Today
was
the pre-order.
Yeah, today was the first day of the timed edition. Yeah.
This is the timed edition. So which one of you guys wants to walk us through this incredible looking figure here?
I got to give it to Hector.
Yeah. So, I mean, we released He-Man Deluxe last year, and Skeletor was the clear next choice for our big kind of marquee release this year. I mean, it took a long time to get this Skeletor done, but there was a lot of love and attention to detail that went into like every inch of this figure. We jam packed it with accessories that I think kind of like represent like Skeletor as a whole and has as a callback to a little bit of everything. Like the dragon armor was an instant choice for me, where I was like, okay, gotta have the dragon armor. The dragon needs to be removable. It needs to be articulated. I want it to have its own. I want it to be its own figure, and that was already like such a huge departure from the original toy because it was just like stuck onto his armor in the original figure. And then of course the battle armor. We did the battle armor He-Man. So battle armor Skeletor was the way to go. I've always loved the little neon green bat emblem that he has, and this is one of those things about function over aesthetic. The original figure, you could rotate it inside and it would switch to like the battle damage bat and then the regular bat. So for what we did here is it's just a simple magnet removable thing. So we still have that feel of like you can swap them out. It's just we want the aesthetic to still be there at the same time.
The photography is incredible here.
Yeah, shout out.
Raul Barrero.
Raul
Barrero. He's amazing. He photographs almost all of our 1/6 scale, basically all of it, and he always does a phenomenal job. I mean, even this, he took inspiration from the panel from the mini comic, we included the Alcala references like the head. We even did the Alcala feet, which is like a callback to his look in the mini comic. The things what we love to do with Motu is we cherry pick from every little reference, right? Either whether it's the original Filmation, whether it's the original figures, whether it's the mini comic or the 2000X series. We're always trying to find a little bit of everything to give someone the ultimate version of that character. And I really do think we kind of hit on like the ultimate Skeletor in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. As someone who I was a Motu kid. Those are probably my earliest memories of toys, and I had Skeletor everything. It was like the sweatpants, the slippers with the Skeletor head on them, the whole bit. I was that kid, a total Skeletor kid. And this is, to me, what I think is just like, this is everything you would want in a Skeletor. Like you said, you cherry picked, honestly, it's everything on there is so iconic. Like everything feels spot on. Like it's so good.
Thank you. Yeah, and I mean, again, we're trying. We spend time with Emily. I don't know if you all are familiar with Emiliano Santa Lucia, who he designs stuff for like every toy company, but he's been one of our main partners here with this Motu line since the beginning. And when him and I sat down and talked about Skeletor, it was just like, okay, you have a chance to do the ultimate Skeletor. Like, what are we going to do? How are you going to update the armor to make it feel more, I guess, like we were saying, more like the PG-13 version, or almost like, what would you envision Skeletor's armor to look like in a live action movie or something like that? It's kind of like the angle we take sometimes.
Yeah.
And Emiliano was already tied to the franchise. He used to do illustrations in the early 2000s for the comic line. So like everything that we do is trying to, be an homage to the fandom in some ways. Like just figure out how to connect back to that.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, and then we thought, okay, cool. Like it'd be cool to have, let's include some fabric elements. So he has this amazing giant fabric cape with that's wired. And he has, so you can kind of pose it out however you want. And then we have a fabric hood also. So like you can pull it back and just reveal his skull, or remove it completely if you're not a fan. And this is, we try to take everyone into consideration sometimes. And it's like, okay, what if someone doesn't like fabric hoods and they like the more like sculpted hood look? So there is a PVC hood there. It's pictured here. That's just like pre-sculpted. So in case you're not a fan of the fabric hood or it's not sitting how you want it, you can swap it out and put on the PVC hood.
And since you guys are making a deluxe figure that is trying to appeal to as many types of fans as possible, nobody in the world can have a complaint about this thing.
Yeah.
There's not probably one negative comment possible.
Very sad comment.
It's crazy to me. Modern toy collectors, like this is. First of all, if you're not a Motu fan, doesn't matter. Like this is a work of art. You can respect it. You can get it. If you are a Masters of the Universe fan, like to me, this is this is a must-have. To me, even more than He-Man. I'm assuming that the companion He-Man that was already released, the Ultimate version, did really well for you guys and is what is allowing you to keep it going.
It did really well, and there's also, we should probably mention this. There's a limited supply of the regular edition of He-Man that we put back up in the shop. And so if you missed it, and if you were on the fence thinking, hey, I want Skeletor, but not if I can't get He-Man, today you can get both.
Yeah. So we have the regular version.
That's for you, Craig.
The timed edition.
Get off the fence, man.
Yeah.
Timed edition did really well. The response was amazing, and then we released a regular version later, a few months later that went up with Battle Cat, and that one did really well and sold out. And those are more limited in terms of like it's not timed, so it's not like an open pre-order,
right?
And so we do have some extra, and then we put it back up with Skeletor just for this duration of Skeletor's timed edition.
How do toy collectors compare to poster collectors when it comes to open editions versus limited edition? I know me as a poster collector, I would always get, for some reason, more excited about something that was limited to 50 or 75 and the hopes of getting it and the victory or the defeat. And if it's an open edition, it's kind of like, oh, well, I guess everybody can get it if they got $75.
Well, Craig, we descend from a long line of hunter-gatherers.
Yes.
And, most of us now just sit around and talk to cameras and speak into microphones for a living. And so we kind of like missed that ability to find the rare resource and please our family with it. And we've transferred that into our hobbies. So I totally get it. And it is awesome when you get one of those limited pieces. But somehow in the toy community, there isn't like any talk around that so much. I mean, probably more so in the high-end soft vinyl stuff, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think if there is a toy section, right, of of all the categories, the soft vinyl one probably relates the most to like how you perceive like the whole poster community. I think that's a very similar reaction where it's like, if we were to put an open edition of the glitter Space Godzilla, it's not the same. It's
Right.
just not.
Right.
It's
Right.
just not the same. And we wouldn't. We can't do it because it's just like the whole point there is for those to be limited and they're meant to be special in that sense.
I just think for like
not to
something.
say that these aren't special. It's just that
No.
these are more
It's like a different perspective.
It's different.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the reality. Like even with like, and we talk to our customer service reps, you know, all the time at Mondo. Shout out Tori and Mac, who do so much to help out in that spot. But no matter how many units there are, or if we do a timed edition, and this time we're doing a 10-day timed edition instead of the 7-day, to make sure that people who get paid on either Friday can have a spot.
So
you know?
smart.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very
That's
thoughtful.
And well, you know, it wasn't even our idea. Like people send us suggestions and we listen to them, frankly. So it's like that was a suggestion that came from the community, you know. And so, but the idea is that no matter what, we do a 10-day window. On the 11th day, there will be a dole emailing us saying, come on, I missed with the deluxe, with the, you know, and so. And I always say that there's always adults. So when you know that, there's no amount of limited or abundance that will satisfy the community, because this is a weird thing. Like, let's face it, like, you know, these are emotionally charged totems that give us nostalgic feelings, and we also now have come to appreciate them as art objects. And to me, Skeletor and He-Man really reflect that probably more than any other toy line out there, because the origin of He-Man is the toy. And so, you know, when you don't even have to be a giant Masters of the Universe fan to go, fuck, Skeletor's so cool. Because
I'm like getting chills talking about this.
but right, like it's a thing where
I love
people
this.
just know Skeletor and He-Man, they transcend the fandom, and it's almost like this symbol that you're like a toy collector. You know, you don't, if you're a toy collector and you don't have a Ninja Turtle, an Optimus Prime, you know, a Skeletor and a He-Man, you're probably from a different era at that point if you are a toy collector, right? And these figures are that. They're like just symbols of what we love. And so, you know, all the work that got put into it and you guys supporting it and the community picking up the figures is why we can do these weird things. And to take it back to your original question, Craig, the difference when it comes to that scarcity model is the reality is there are a lot of posters that we make from films that are more obscure, or they're obscure takes on a film. And so you want to just kind of like make sure that it's limited, it rewards that audience. And again, over time, you know, no matter how limited or how many options and opportunities you give people, there's always someone who misses out on it.
Yep. And that's why sad comics exist.
Hey, being a kaiju collector, where sometimes the only way to get a toy is you have to win a lottery to get one of 10 figures. A 10-day open pre-order is a dream come true.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if it's that I'm getting older. Like I started my toy collecting journey as an adult with the 2000X line. Like that was the first time I went to, well, you know, I got my Spawn figures and all that, but like independently, like when I drove to multiple Toys R Us locations and Targets to find Mechanic. Like that was in, you know, whenever I was like 19 or 20 years old. That was super fun when I didn't have shit else to do and I was like skipping out of class. But now I'm just like, I got the money to spend. I want a sick ass collection of stuff that I want. And I don't really care or think about other people's collections so much as beyond the fact that I celebrate when I go to their house and I see their kick ass shit. You know what I mean? But like, I don't take any joy personally in having something that you don't have. That I never understood it. The reality is some things are limited because the audience is limited.
Right.
And as the audience grows over time, you know, the audience that was there in the beginning feels a sense of, you know, pride and ownership. The same way, like when you discover a band at a bar that goes on to be like a huge selling act, it's like, that's a cool feeling. And and you feel rewarded for having the taste and the foresight maybe. But I just never got the part of it where it was like, I want you to come over to see my collection so you could just be jealous. I just don't get that.
Oh, that's Craig, 100%.
Oh, right. Totally.
We've encountered
He's got to
Yeah.
work on that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Got to work on
I'm
it.
selling tickets to the fucking. Look at
However, I don't know if you guys know this. I am Ecto Glow Elite.
he is.
And that is
We know. Abby, I told the people they were going to have to listen and learn tonight.
Yeah. There's a
We've
lot
been
of
listening.
learning. I think the chat's been really enjoying this. So thank you
Yeah.
both so much
Oh,
for
thank God.
contributing. Yeah.
Oh, we have a
Yeah.
super chat we need to get to. A little bit off topic from He-Man, but that's okay. Davey Sockrocker, is there anything planned for more Universal Monsters? Your creature figure was perfect.
Yes.
I'm a huge,
I would
huge.
say yes, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
no one's gonna come get me. I don't think.
No, we're gonna do more, and
Yeah.
not only that, like
Nice.
I you know they put out before I was there the creature figure, which I love so much, and I have here, but there to me there's never enough Universal Monster stuff. So as
I
many
agree.
pieces that we can make, and frankly, we need to do Revenge of the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and we need to do the Creature Walks Among Us, the saddest ending
Yes.
in a monster movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
So,
mean,
like-
and not only that, but also exploring other like Universal sci-fi horror movie
Yeah.
titles. I mean, we showcased it at Frightmare a few months or a month or so. I don't even know what month it is, July, June. But we had a Nada. We have a Nada 1/6 scale from
Yeah,
They
from They
Live.
Live.
And we have a McCready from The Thing.
Mhm.
And then
Oh,
recently at the licensing show, we had Megan 1/6 on display, which I believe.
Oh,
will be the-
really?
Yeah.
Yep, it's the first ever Megan one.
Fuck yeah.
Megan anything. Megan
Yeah,
anything.
there's-
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
Is there pictures of that yet? Is that out
I don't
there?
know. I don't know.
You
if that
should-
leaked out or not.
If you have a good picture, Hector, you should send it to them so they can see, because it was the most impressive piece to me at the whole convention.
I
that
would
we had.
love
Yeah.
to have the 1/6 meg. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
same.
you have
awesome.
Big
If you have
Megan
something
fan.
we can share, we'll get it up. If not, we'll,
Yeah.
we'll do it another episode.
yeah, maybe another. It will have to be another time. I don't have it right here.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
But,
awesome.
But yeah, stuff like that where we're going to be exploring that kind of realm too, which is a little bit more on the realism side, right? Which is, we're doing full fabric outfits, we're doing realistic paint decos, likenesses, and all that. So we're dabbling our feet in that as well, or starting to,
Yeah.
and we'll see where it goes.
The more horror
That's-
for me, the more horror, the better. The more like, and we've had so much fun. Can't talk about it yet, but we have some more cool reveals that I think cross over a lot of the pillars we've been talking about.
Horror Safubi.
Yes.
Oh.
We have a lot of
Oh.
fun.
Okay.
I
horror
won't say it
Safubi
unless
stuff,
Hector
yeah.
says it, but since he said it, yeah.
I can say horror Safubi. It's still
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a broad term.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that could be that. That could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That gets me excited.
yeah. I have a feeling we're gonna have a Megan figure in this house.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
it's so
fascinating.
good. It's and we didn't even display the second head at the licensing show. So the second
Yeah.
head is the craziest one. Wait till you see it.
Okay.
And what's cool about that is I would imagine like that movie developed such a cult following like so quickly, and like you guys can put out products that expand past
Yeah.
your general hardcore collector who's going to know about that, and I don't know, like broaden the reach and the scope.
It's like a hashtag, right? You use a hashtag to bring people who don't already follow you to your post. And there's
Exactly.
some figures like that, and I have to give it to Hector. I was not sure on the people's reaction to Megan, like as a collectible. And Hector was like, "Nah, dude, we have to do it." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." And when those
because
pictures
Megan's a
came down-
toy.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. No,
Yeah.
trust me. And that's why you
Megan's
need
an
a
icon.
team. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why you need a team. Yeah, right, Abby. I learned that recently, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
Much
she is-
loved.
The minute I saw it, the minute I've been following the response and everything to it, and it was like the minute we had the opportunity where it was like you have X amount of licenses, I was like, oh, that's there. Okay,
Mhm.
we're doing
Yes.
it. I don't care. We're gonna
in
go.
on it.
Yeah. The
And
cult
not even
following's
it wasn't
there.
even like it was like one day. It was like I think you were in the meeting, Peter, where it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like we're gonna do it, and within like 3 weeks we had it prototyped. Like,
Yeah.
it was just like full speed ahead.
Yeah.
Just
Like
like
the
the
movie.
movie. God damn it.
Yeah.
It's a very meta moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
A very meta moment brought to you by YHS on Patreon. You can join us tonight. I'm getting bad at my segues. Patreon.com/yes have some. Extreme Toy Anxiety. Ryan, is it happening?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Ryan's gonna do extreme.
Anyone's allowed to join me. If you
I
guys
feel
want to
like-
join me, you can. Craig's not going to.
I feel like I'm.
I'll hang with you,
dying.
Ryan, if you need it, buddy.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see if there was any other questions. Just to wrap up the Skeletor talk though, so it's available now on the
10 days.
website.
It's a brand new
Indeed.
re-engineered body. We have to mention that because like one of the
yes.
things that we talked about on Geek Dad Life was the He-Man some of the He-Mans that when they arrived, they would like pop off at the waist. So we replaced everybody's bodies, but we didn't just do that. We re-engineered the body from scratch. So the buck body that Skeletor is using is brand new, re-engineered, and will be the buck going forward for sure.
Sweet. Mustache Mayhem says, "Attack Peter, show us that orange Takoro."
Oh, you want to see it? This is not officially announced anywhere yet.
Oh shit.
But this is the prototype for it. So here's Takoro, my
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No, you didn't say it. It's okay. But
oh
yeah, so
my
here
god.
he is.
That's so cute.
So this is one of those things that, like, thanks to Hector's vision that we got the Godzilla made. I pitched this idea to a few people, like not Godzilla specifically, but the idea of doing a block print style figure in the vinyl collectible space, and everyone's like, it can't be done. It's too flat and too graphic. It won't work. But after the Godzilla did so well, between Skybound and Mondo, we launched our Kickstarter and it did super well. And this version, the black and white one, is going to be going out to people hopefully very soon this year. But this is the actual production model, fully articulated head, the waist, and all the tentacles. Soft vinyl, yes. And the dream of the dome, right? A removable clear dome, and so this is one of the Mondo colorways that we'll be announcing. We're not even announcing. This is not even really here right now.
Yeah, it's not there. I'm not seeing it. Nope.
Yeah.
Like anything to me.
I love that. Let's talk about Comic-Con real quick. So it's coming up like too quickly, 4 weeks.
Is it 4 weeks?
It's 4 weeks.
Something like that. Yeah, it's close.
We don't
Yeah,
even
so
know
the whole
the
thing
time.
with me is at Comic-Con, it becomes the most stressful like 3 weeks leading up to ever, because what ends up happening is I'll get overly ambitious with the prototypes that I want to show off at the show, and then we end up like running out of freelance painters to work on it. So then I just spend like 3 weeks straight painting everything so that it goes to the show. And that was basically it for licensing show as well. But it was like, yeah. But man, 4 weeks, that's scary.
Yeah, shout out. I don't know if you guys know or people know this, but Hector designs a lot, if not most of the Sofubi we do, and paints up all the prototypes that we show off on display, or most of them.
Dang.
And so that's unusual when you're the creative director, but you're also like doing some of this stuff all the time. So it's
Thank you.
yeah, shout out to him on that.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. So yeah, couple stressful weeks coming up, but it'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it for
You guys all going?
Yep.
Yeah,
we're going.
there.
Awesome. Yeah.
We'll be there.
Those three
Great
are.
to see you.
I'll
Brian's
be up in Canada.
Oh, jeez.
So let me put you guys on the spot. Please tell me I don't have to deal with this damn lottery this year. Can I just come to your booth? Can I come hang out and say hi?
I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that last year, after a certain time, it was open to everybody.
No, I'm just kidding. We'll be fine.
If you want to just say hi, Craig, we can work something out. No guarantees.
I'm not saying I'm cutting to
I'm
the front of
kidding.
the line, get all the
We
exclusives.
play by the rules. Yeah.
No, what we'll do is
Fine.
we'll walk you up to the front of the line. You can get some exclusives, and then before anybody else, you can flip them immediately because there's an eBay. booth.
Oh, dude, I'll go to the
I don't think
eBay
any
booth.
other
Whoa.
collectible YouTube influencer has done that recently in their space and gotten in trouble for it or anything.
Wait, did that happen?
Yeah, I don't want to name any names.
Oh,
Ooh, so
yeah.
Talk on extreme.
Oh, shit, can we
I'm sure it's
guess?
So
Pixel Dan.
I won't.
Pixel Dan.
No, it's fine.
He just takes what he wants. He doesn't have to weasel in. He's secretly jacked. Have you seen that guy in person?
Yeah.
He's a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he
yeah,
actually-
no,
Yeah.
Pixel Dan is amazing. He's in
yoked, bro.
peak physical form. He
Yeah.
did. He interviewed us when we were doing. We had like a Battle Cat interview that he kind of did the reveal for it, and yeah, when I met him, he's super nice. Such a cool guy.
He's the best. We love him.
He
We're
is nice.
doing we're us and him and Mad Hatter and Geek Dad are doing a panel at Comic-Con.
That's
Oh
awesome.
hell yeah! I would love to go see
Love
it.
to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Shills coming out of our shills. So yeah, I was kidding. We will gladly enter the lottery and come by all of your exclusive things. Will you guys have more reveals in the next couple weeks leading up to some exclusives and all that?
Yeah, one of them kind of got leaked, revealed over licensing show because we had it on display, which was our Logan. We have a Logan for X-Men the Animated Series.
Oh.
It's
Limited edition.
beautiful.
It's awesome. Yeah.
That's one of
Thank
those
you.
ones where if you can only get one from the line, that's a good place.
Yes.
You have them there?
Agreed.
I was about to grab it, but I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
I don't know
right.
if I'm allowed to. Yeah. So, but anyway, since
You
it
can.
was leaked, we can. Yeah, we
That's
have
awesome.
that, and that's going to be a limited edition. But
And
and
then-
then we have a couple other releases too.
Will the Logan be revealed there, or will that be an exclusive to buy there?
It'll be an online exclusive.
An online
So,
exclusive.
yeah, it'll probably. We haven't set the date exactly for
Gotcha,
when it'll drop, but it'll drop around the next couple weeks.
Sweet.
Cool.
Perfect.
And then we have a couple more. We have we had mentioned we have that very big Batman the Animated Series drop for Comic-Con, and then we have something else for Motu fans as well. That I think will be a pleasant surprise.
Okay.
Very
Sweet.
unexpected.
An unexpected.
Mm.
Wow. Well,
Rio Blast confirmed.
nope. 1/6 Castle Grayskull confirmed.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, those talks have been had. So,
Yeah. We've had serious discussion about it. We just don't know where you're going to put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Play sets need to make a comeback in like a
They
big
do.
way.
Playsets
Yeah,
are
we did the math. It would be like I'd be slightly taller than it at 5'5", so it'd be like a 5 foot tall, and it'd have to be like, what do we say, like 2 feet deep and then 3 feet wide.
Yeah, it's
The only way I'll own a house in Vancouver, so I might take that one.
Yeah.
You just wear it like a sandwich board.
Yeah.
Are you proud of me, Mom?
Yeah.
It's bigger than most apartments in the
Yeah.
U.S. Maybe.
2 straps and a castle.
That's
It's a
it.
tiny home. It's a tiny home.
Exactly.
So cool. And then whatever the Batman thing will be amazing. Let me ask you guys this, and again,
Oh, and for Jacob, 2 Safubi Godzilla.
Oh,
Okay.
is one of birthday Safubi? Because it's Jacob's birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, dude.
That's right.
Oh, happy birthday.
it's been Jacob's birthday every day since February. But
Yeah.
the running gag.
I was wondering. I figured there was going to be some, just because there was last year.
Of course.
And
Yeah,
I've been sitting here
if you've been following the colorways that we've been dropping every Comic-Con, it'll be similar.
What we'll do is, since you guys will be in that line that's really long, we'll just hold it up, and you'll probably be able to see it like over the crowd.
No way.
Cool. We'll
It'll
note you.
refract the light perfectly. Because
We've got a little thing called press passes, which I think
Oh.
allows us.
You should
know-
then walk up like Don Corleone to the
Yeah,
booth,
yeah.
please. In fact, dress like that, please.
Actually, could you just put me to work? Can I be a booth babe? Come on.
Yeah. Dress for the job you want, Craig.
Yes. Why is Craig in a slave Leia costume? Why is he in a Mondo booth all day?
He's chained to the side. It's just like this.
Yeah.
If
Um,
only, huh?
So, if you guys can't answer this, great. If not, tell me to fuck off. Either way is fine. Do you have like a dream? This is like the most basic bullshit question, but I always ask it. You have like a dream product or license that you've looked into. Maybe it's hard to reach. Maybe seems impossible. But if you could do anything,
I'll say that I'm desperate to do 1/6 scale comic accurate Hellboy figures. That one for me is big, and I would like to do, like the same way we do the treatment for the X-Men and the Master of the Universe line, like all the details. That's my expertise. I'm like, I'll know exactly who to put with what figure, what accessory. I love the set Mezco did. I don't think since then anyone's come close, but I think there's still room to do even better on it. So like, I would
Sweet.
love to have that challenge to be able to do
That's
that.
a good one.
that would be good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, a handful of those we've already started working on, right? Which was the Godzilla stuff for me.
Yeah.
X-Men Animated was one of those dream licenses that I never thought would be obtainable ever, and for
Right.
anyone to say yes to, it's just, it's so. But that being said, I mean, I would love to do Ultraman. Some Ultraman figures is up there for in soft vinyl. Power Rangers, and if maybe we could do like something like what we have done with Motu with Power Rangers, or with TMNT, would love to bring that back at some point.
Yeah, the thing is, like, there's certain fan bases that are so like the TMNT fan base and the Power Rangers fan base are so rabid and want everything, and I think that's the reason why, like, we always joke like there's 10 companies making Ninja Turtles figures right now, but they're all selling and they're all doing well. So yeah, I think Power Rangers would do really well.
But nobody's making Battle Beasts. Why?
No.
Oh, I've talked about that a lot. I still have my Battle Beasts. I still have
Man.
some of them. I got
Yeah, same
swindled
here.
out of a lot of Battle Beast figures when I was a kid, but I still
Dang.
have some.
Was like a playground trade going on.
Yeah, for shitty comics that I thought.
Oh, I
were
see someone
worth a
saying
lot.
in the chat, real Ghostbusters in 1/6 would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I wasn't gonna say it, but
Yeah.
Tell us what to do, Craig.
Our dream.
This is your chance. Who else comes on here and says any requests from the audience?
listen, if you guys want to, I can
Go ahead.
put you in touch with the right people to talk to. I don't know it because when Hasbro has that license right now for Ghostbusters, and when a big company has the license but doesn't own the license, I think it gets really tricky. There's like I think, but again, is there a market for real Ghostbusters 1/6? I think there
I
is.
don't know, man.
Yes.
Someone said
Yeah.
Dinosaurs, and I actually know the person who owns the rights to that, and it's crazy. I think it's the Uzlan family, the people who have the film rights for Batman. So pretty weird on that.
Oh,
one.
okay,
yeah.
weird. Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
I think you guys need to go all out and start doing Glow Friends.
Oh,
Worms.
sick! That's soft
The
vinyl.
boobies of these, man.
Yeah.
They're
I
original
forgot about
vinyl
those.
collectors, right?
We're literally in a world though where every license has come across our radar, especially in the last couple of weeks. We had that big licensing show, and it's just now it's a question of bandwidth and like what do we prioritize, what do we get to first, what's the biggest like demand out there, and we listen to everything everybody says. We're in all these groups. Shout out to Bob Fulkerson on our toy team who's in the Mondo Motu group on Facebook, literally combing the data to see what people are into and what looking for. So yeah, always just tell us in the comments because we read them.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
cool.
I think that's awesome. I
Abby,
think
what should we make in your opinion?
Twister figures.
Hold-
Oh.
1/6 scale tornado.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All the storm chasers, all the vehicles, and then also functioning tornado.
Abby, you
I
don't
like
want to see
Wow.
PG-13
Simple.
Calico Critters?
Yeah, I'd like to see a nice calico critter, so
PG-13.
spooky, but
PG-13 Calico
PG-13
Critter.
calico critters.
So they
yeah.
have teeth.
They grew up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adult
Did-
taste.
yeah.
they're not so cute anymore.
That grizzly bear family would be totally badass.
Like realistic popples or just
Yeah.
like,
Oh
like
my god!
psychedelic marsupials like
Yes.
back in my
Wait a minute.
womb.
Have you guys done Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
No, that's on
Hector
the
did
list
those
for
busts
me.
behind him though.
Yeah,
I looked at the
Yeah.
bus earlier.
back in the day for pop culture shop collectibles from back in the day. Yeah, like I sculpted those two.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat's a big one for me. I would love to.
Yeah, that's
to,
it. But fighting games in general, all like that era of fighting games, like when you got Samurai Showdown, like there's not
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
stuff for Samurai Showdown.
No,
Primal
like
Rage, I
Soul-
know that's a big one for Jacob, and that
Yeah.
Primal Rage,
Mhm.
yes,
right
Hell yeah.
fall in line with what you
Safubi.
guys do.
I would also say finally a realistic, like on model, accurate Bruce Campbell Army of Darkness 1/6 scale.
Yeah.
I'm not taking any shots at anybody else. Some great stuff out there, but like the perfect Bruce Campbell has yet to be produced.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You get into a slippery
Exists in here.
slope if you're going to
Yeah.
start talking about that kind of stuff, and the like thinking about the McCready figure that
Yeah.
you guys have. Like somebody needs to be. There's no Jaws figures like that. There's like no Jurassic Park stuff out there. There was, but there isn't now. Like
Right,
you could
yeah.
just take those lines. So I remember there was supposed to be 1/6 scale Jurassic Park at one point, like realistic, and then that
Chronicle, I
company-
think, was the
Chronicle, yeah,
Chronicle.
and that company went
Yeah.
under, and
Yeah.
I think there's another company out of another country that's doing, I forget what they're called, but they're doing some Jurassic Park stuff. But
I think it was. I think it's Prime One, right? The
Prime,
little
yeah,
crazy
Prime.
statue. The
Yeah,
statues.
Prime's doing some
no,
crazy
Iron,
stuff.
Iron Studios is doing some great stuff too.
Yeah.
with their smaller statues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it is somebody actually. Oh, sorry, Dave. If I missed your super chat, I'll get to it. Somebody said like the 1/6 scale community literally wants everything and anything.
Yeah.
And it's like a different kind of. Davey asked, "Will Tiki mugs be going on after the Funko shakeup? Any more? I've got some of the Tiki mugs. Yeah,
Yeah. It's something that we have a lot of fun with and designing, and in fact, there's going to be some release this year, and then we're planning on releasing or making some new ones for next year.
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I'll just say, that was something that we wanted to address, in general, and we have been talking to all our friends. I mean, I reached out to Jacob early on about that. After the shakeup at Funko, a lot of people were like, well, what's going on? I spoke about this with Jay on Geek Dad Live that where is my pre-order safe? And all I'll say is that I gotta be honest with you, they've been super encouraging of Hector and I and the teams that we're on, and just saying, dude, just do whatever, just do crazy shit, like keep it. That's the reason they wanted Mondo in the first place, is to have a place for a different type of collectible, and so they've just been incredibly encouraging and supportive. So that's all I can say about that. But yeah, no red flags on my end.
Yep.
Good.
That's good. I was always kind of hoping, because they got the Funko HQ just south of me down in Everett. There's one in LA, and I was always hoping they were going to start install a big Mondo section in the HQ, because I think the way they display their stuff, I don't know if anyone's been to the Funko
we were just
HQ.
there.
Yep, we were there.
It's wild.
Yeah,
the stores are incredible. Like being there, I'm in California, and the one in Hollywood is is bigger than the one in Everett. It's huge, right. And they're crazy. And I'm pretty sure that's on the table at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure.
I want to design a Loungefly bag.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Right?
Yes.
Like a black and white, Godzilla Loungefly bag.
Like an Attack Peter style.
Yes. I'm totally overlooking the entire market of people who wear, apparel and bags like that. It can't just everything be toys, you guys.
You can wear a toy. You can wear a toy.
Loungefly is such a big thing too, and they're another one as well that get to do crazy, weird, obscure, franchises and make wallets and bags and purses and all that kind of stuff. And there are so many times I've gone to Funko HQ and be like, I'm not going to use it, but I think a Gaston wallet would look really, really nice in my collection.
Their stuff is amazing. It's so well done and so well crafted.
Yeah, I've got a Jar Jar backpack by them. It's just really well made. You can stuff all sorts of neat stuff in there.
You like Jar Jar?
I love Jar Jar.
I'm kidding.
But they do stuff like Fievel, just they're all over the place with but them too. It's not just nostalgia. They're doing things that look good and look nice, even though they're just small boutique backpacks.
I agree with what was said earlier that nostalgia is kind of the entry point, but it's a lot. All of this stuff is a lot more than just I like this because I had it when I was 7 and that was the last time I was happy. That's some of it. But
talk about dark.
Yeah.
It's true. He's true. You're not.
Sometimes it can read cringy or creepy, when you see or douchey, you're why are you doing this? It just feels so hollow. You know what I mean?
Sure. And it's I think what you guys are doing is it's expanding upon it. It's you could, when you were 7 or 8 or whatever, you didn't have the opportunity to have a highly detailed version of this character that you love in this scale. So, it's amazing. Couple more questions, and then we'll wrap up with you guys. Jake, did anybody get sad comments tonight? Does anybody have any?
I got one from the Discord.
Okay. Well,
you are a patron and you have a sad comment. Put it in the Discord section
there's a section for that
of sad comments, and if it's good, Jake will read it.
Okay, couple more. Let's see. This one's from Mark 44 Prime. How are the leg tolerances for Battle Cat for standing with the figs on its back over time? Are they extra tight? Sorry, asking for a friend.
Yeah, the joints. The joints are all either ratcheted disc joints or ratcheted ball joints. Gotcha. So we for example at licensing show we had He-Man on Battle Cat the entire time, no issues. He's a pretty heavy duty figure, and it's meant to hold the weight of of He-Man. And
you don't have Beastman there?
I do actually.
Show
if you
Beastman.
guys want to see Beastman?
Yeah.
Show us the Beastman.
It's a prototype, but.
And we mentioned this on GDL, but I want to say it again here. It's the only comment that I heard from people that was anything but praising it was that it's really big and it's a little bigger than it's actually going to be because it's a prototype,
Gotcha.
but it'll be about what you say 5% smaller.
Yeah. This is a 3D print, but right before it goes to the injection process. So in the injection process, we get a bit of shrinkage, about 4 to 5%.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Have
was
fun
in the
with us.
pool.
Do
In the
women
pool,
know
yeah.
about shrinkage?
Yeah.
You're leaving me hanging on that?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I asked you if women knew about shrinkage.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. We were all going at the same time. Yeah,
She
we
went to
do.
her
We
happy
know about
place.
it. Yeah,
Oh, fuck. Hey,
yeah, we do.
can we get Seinfeld figures?
Yeah.
Look
Oh,
at
man.
that.
Yeah.
I would kill for a 1/6 Larry
Oh,
David.
Alex on our team is like salivating at that option. He's
Larry
like,
David?
please.
Yeah.
Yes, he's like,
Oh.
please give us
Hey,
give
actually-
me a Seinfeld.
I meant to ask you guys this, and maybe this is completely counterproductive of the entire conversation we just had. But have you
Can I have some
guys?
free figures? No. Okay.
Yeah. Here it comes. When I get in line, when I skip the line at Comic Con, when I look at the peasants and go, "Oh, you didn't have the Mondo team on your show? Still give me a pretzel, sir."
Oh.
No. Yes. Can we have free product? We'll review it and give it a great review. But besides that, I'm just kidding. Have you guys talked about other scales and moving into traditional action figure, scales, 1/12 or anything like that?
all the time. I think we see that comment too a bunch. It's like, why isn't Mondo doing smaller figures or more affordable figures? It's just without getting into the weeds, it's all licensing, and it's all about like what's already like on lock. And a lot, as we've discussed during the show, like almost everything's been made and almost everything's on lock. So we have to find little lanes to swim in, and that's why we either go for let's stylize things, or let's do this, or let's do something that no one's done. But yeah, no, we're always talking about it, and we're always, I think, thankfully, as being a part of the Funko team overall, it'll open some doors to hopefully being able to explore other scales.
Yeah.
Right.
Amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, we were just talking about it today, actually. So, I think you'll see it sooner than later, hopefully.
Right.
That's
and
awesome.
Then even when you're doing monsters and stuff too, because I was thinking like now it just clicked. Like you're right. You've got Funko kind of has your back. That does open the floodgates a little bit. So now we can get stuff like Golden Girls, What We Do in the Shadows. You could probably get like, just anything really. Like, right?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Mostly those two.
Yeah.
But mostly
You
Golden
want a
Girls.
6-scale B. Arthur, Dole?
Yes. And I'll put her as a statue with my.
I see someone mentioned Hanna-Barbera figures. Yes.
Yes.
I would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to do
Oh, yeah.
this.
Ooh,
Yes. And just
Yes.
some final Hanna-Barbera, the Herculoids. Oh man, there's so many bird.
Yeah. Basically, the equation is like what license is available, then factor in is the demand, or are we hyped on it? Number one, because we're going to be working on it. So that has to be a part of it, right? There are some things that are available to us and we're just like, none of us are huge fans of it. So like, we got to let someone else do it. And then, once we're hyped on it, is there like an audience for it? Because I think I can speak for Hector on this and saying like, we know how lucky we are to be able to do this for a living, to be able to be at a company like Mondo where we have the support from Funko, and we don't take that for granted. So you got to make sure like every project we do is as successful as it can possibly be, so that we can take that success and leverage it to do the next weird thing, and
Right.
some of them are big timed releases like Battle Cat, and sometimes it's weird random shit like the 6th Jet Jaguar colorway. You know what I mean? So it's like we like to do both, and you need one to do the other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. We appreciate you being here. Before
Thank
we
you.
get to sad
Yeah.
comments, which is our weekly tribute to the community, anything else you guys want to talk about or plug as we build up to Comic-Con and all these new reveals?
I'll go. Yeah, just if you're, we to plug is keep an eye out for in the next couple weeks for a lot of Comic-Con reveals and announcements, as well as when we're at Comic-Con, we'll be revealing a handful of properties that we haven't even talked about yet at all, or have never had the license for to begin with. So I'm excited about that. And and then Skeletor is available for 10 more days. So if you're into that kind of stuff, head over to
You
Mondo
might be
Shop.
if you're here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just look us up. I'm at Attack Peter on Instagram and Twitter, and Attack Peter Art on Facebook. Hector's got at H Arce Sculpture, right, on Instagram.
Yeah.
So give us a follow there, and you can always reach out to us and DM us. I answer, and I think Hector does too. All the DMs that we get, with as much information as we can.
Not all the DMs. But
Well, yeah, you get a lot of good ones. Yeah, you don't check the ones that are like buried in the filter. I go dark into that cave and see what's there.
Uh-huh.
But
It's dangerous territory.
yeah, but people will probably attest to it. Like we answer any question we can.
Yeah,
and if we
absolutely.
can, and again, like I said, a lot of our ideas come from that too. So always send them. Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, we appreciate you guys
Mhm.
being here.
Thank you.
Do you want to hang out for one sad comment and then we'll wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Jacob, what do we got going on this week?
So this came from our Patreon, our Discord. This came from Masked Fan. He submitted this, and it's kind of a weird comment because somebody got in April that's legs were on backwards for NECA.
One of the new NECA Aprils.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they posted it, but then this is a comment from a different person on that post.
Okay, so somebody found a NECA April with backwards legs. They posted it. Somebody replied to it.
Yes.
All right. Voices of the voiceless. This is what Sad Comments is all about. All right, here we go.
If I were you, I would call NECA up on the phone or email them. Tell them to take this version of April and stick it up their ass.
Ow.
This demands compensation. That company, NECA, needs to realize they are not doing us any favors or catering to us. We are doing them favors by being fans. The problem is there's too many morons out there kissing their ass. That's why they continue. The fans enable them. So they're going to take advantage and not give a shit. I have no problems with people pulling their shenanigans in the stores. In fact, it makes me laugh because seeing NECA, Target, and Walmart lulls money brings tears of joy to my eyes. I think it was supposed to be lose money.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would rather that than lose money and stop making shit. If this is the kind of workmanship we can expect from them, then I would rather see nothing come out of them. We are almost at the end of what they can make. They are getting to the point where they are coming out. We're just stupid stuff now that nobody is going to want soon, and then they will do re-releases because they're not very intelligent company. Once the people stop enabling NECA, they will step up their game. The problem is all the jobless, middle-aged scalpers living at home in their parents' basement that enable NECA, just like those middle-aged scalpers that are enabled by their parents living at home with them. It all goes hand in hand. I think we as fans also need to not buy their merchandise. It's funny how Target doesn't put a limit on anything anymore. I don't feel bad when they get scammed. Same goes for NECA. I don't feel bad when people steal from them or scam them. The only people that disagree with this are the people that have hookups with the company, or they have hookups with Target. People need to start boycotting so these bastards are not enabled anymore. For what they charge, the quality should not be QC issues like this ever.
Whoa.
Dude, the whole time you
Wow.
were reading that, I was just staring at my NECA quarter scale TMNT figures that I think are some of the greatest pieces of engineering
Yeah.
and
Some
toys
of the
ever
best
made.
toys ever made. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have my
What?
NECA
I liked
TMNT
it. He's going to be
collection
like,
right here.
operator, give me NECA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was his core complaint?
I don't. Well, the QC
Legs.
issues, but he's
Yeah.
commenting on somebody else's toy, and it's also that was from like specifically a turtle group.
Right.
So it's like, why are you even in here? Like,
They
why are you
literally-
leaving this
yeah.
comment on somebody else's thing?
NECA has done more for turtle collectors, I think, in my opinion, than anybody ever.
Yeah.
Like ever. And
Hands
and
down. Like,
yeah.
they have given us everything you could ever
Yeah.
want from
Yeah.
a turtle license.
I mean, I personally think that the NECA turtle line across the board, but specifically the animated line
it's insane.
is going to be remembered eventually as one of the great toy lines of all time. Like,
And most
The
we-
thorough.
dream- Yeah.
what'd you say, Ryan? Sorry.
Like it's the most thorough. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're hitting
Thorough?
everything.
You cannot convince me that these two people were ever on the show.
Exactly.
beyond-
I remember the green one, but I cannot remember the other guy for the
It's
life of me.
beyond thorough.
Yeah.
And listen, we love NECA and we love Trevor, and those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, QC issues, they happen.
It happened, dude.
It's a bummer to get.
Trust
It's a
us,
bummer to
trust
get.
us. It happens.
As long as their customer service, like, takes care of it, man. I mean, you have to understand this, especially the scale they're producing at, like
Mhm.
it's insane that they do as well as they do, believe me. And I always say this, like, if you have in this case, if you have a toy or a statue, if you have a favorite movie, favorite album, favorite show, like, cherish it, because it is such a miracle that it exists with all the shit that goes on when you're making something, with all the hands that touch something, with the amount of time it spends out of your control. Like, cherish it, because it's a fucking miracle that exists. And this
It
is not
is.
Geek Dad Life. We can fucking curse on this show. Is that right?
Yeah, fuck
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Bunch of cocksuckers.
Hey.
I enjoyed myself when I said that. But I think, and I think it's a good point to end on, is me saying that. No, I just think, like, what I read when I hear that, like, not that we ever do like a lot of strong analysis on sad comments, but what I hear there is a guy who really wants that April,
Yeah.
who either can't afford it or can't find it, or both, and he's freaking out.
Yeah.
And he's mad at the scalp. By the way, the whole NECA scalper thing, that shit that ended mid-pandemic. There is plenty of product out there. You got to it's like Billy Madison. You got to get off your couch.
Get off your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our new hunter-gatherer moment, is going to Target, you guys. Everybody
Yeah.
It is. And I
get
take
on
it to
your
the next
steed.
level.
Yeah,
Mhm.
When I get home,
I'm
ask
like
Abby.
Craven the Hunter.
exactly.
That's pretty much who I am now.
When I buy new NECA Turtles figures, I bring them home to our hut, and I actually open them and leave that new toy scent all around the
It's the
perimeter of the house
Mhm.
Oh,
to ward
fresh
off
vinyl.
the
Nailed that. NECA nailed that vintage scent of new toy smell.
They did.
Mhm.
And that's just talking the turtles. Like, I got all their Universal Monsters figures, man. They're so good. The Frankenstein lab set, and oh my god, they're doing the Lord's work over there.
By the way,
Mhm.
I see that Frankenstein playset and the Dracula one all the time, and I just need to buy them because I'm an
the
idiot
Frankenstein
for
one's ridiculous. When I see
Yeah.
the Dracula one, I'm gonna buy it. I missed the Mummy and I regret it. I just hope there's a fucking creature set. Do not shaft the creature, dude. I will be so fucking pissed.
Oh, dude, with
Just do
actual
a little
water.
swamp, a little lagoon. What do you want? Just-
Yeah.
and,
Just do
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Come on, NECA, get your shit together.
yeah, seriously.
Oh.
Yeah, get that collar back on.
Yeah, this is gonna be the clickbait.
The
Mondo
sad
says
comment.
NECA needs to get their shit together.
Big yellow.
yeah, that's what we're gonna
With our
rename the
stupid
episode.
Mondo faces, like then we get roasted.
You toy wars?
So funny.
Oh man.
Okay, well, guys, if you are part of the YHS Patreon, stick around for some extreme toy anxiety in just about 5 minutes. Thank you so much to Hector and Peter for joining us tonight.
Thank you guys.
There's a
Yeah.
giant moth
No, thank you guys.
stalking me right now,
Mhm.
but that's
And we look, what I want to like to establish here, if you're down for it, we have lots of new releases planned for the year. We'd like to come on regularly if you'd have us and show you guys some of the new stuff we're working on when we have teasers and all that kind of stuff. And look, Hector, what do you say? Should we send him some figures to review in person?
Oh,
I mean,
man,
Dole's
I
not
don't
even
know.
convinced he wants soft vinyl. I feel like we send him a soft vinyl figure.
Yeah.
Craig's on the fence about 1/6 in general, for Christ. You know, Like, just get
Christ.
him one.
Hey,
we'll
no.
look it up.
I
We'll
want a
look it up.
1/6 Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one alone. I don't know what the demo is
No,
here.
Bible figures are big now. We did a whole thing on it.
We
It's
saw
like-
the Four Horsemen spin-off series
Yeah.
is up, dude. Yeah,
It
good,
exists,
good.
yeah.
yeah. Crazy they're not actually doing the Four Horsemen, but that's
That's the next wave.
Can we
dude.
get the next
wave.
best thing
Yeah,
and get
next
McDonald
wave.
Land? Like that's
Yeah.
pretty much church.
yeah.
Yeah, I want the Plague of Frogs playset.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, I know about
dude,
that one.
yes.
Throw
I would
Deer.
get that.
Okay.
But
Locusts and yeah.
yeah, we obviously we're all having fun here, but you guys are more than welcome to come on anytime. We love
All right.
talking boys.
We will take you up on that.
Until next time, for Abigail Gardner and Ryan Dolan, Jacob Walsh, and Kermit, Hector, Peter,
Hold on, I got Fozzie.
Mondo, Fozzie, and the whole gang, and the Boglins. I got nothing to hold. Fucking guys.
You have a cuppet. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
And my two and a electro zapper and bug man.
Everyone's
Can't believe no
favorite.
one just did this. Such
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. Craig is trying.
He's like,
I can't. It's backwards.
Ah,
that's Craig's way of saying do clawful next.
yeah.
Too clawful.
Oh.
No, I want a Prince Adam. I'll buy a Prince Adam day one with that pink vest. Come on.
Mhm.
Come on now. All right, guys. I'm gonna play the theme music, and then we're all gonna leave. I like to explain things before they happen. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all.